Hello everybody, welcome back to Minecraft on the Block. This is the Krafters FTB showcase server or something like that. I keep saying that and I keep not knowing, but that's because I'm doing all these videos pretty quickly and we don't really have it all figured out yet. But I do know that today, well, for one thing, there's insanity going on upstairs at my house, so I don't know exactly what it is. People are playing and crying and wailing and gnashing of teeth. So anyway, what I wanted to show, I built this thing. This is the industrial electrolyzer, and it is not cheap. In fact, it's really not cheap. Where is it at? There we go. It takes an electrolyzer, an extractor, a magnetizer, a couple of advanced circuits, and some refined iron, lots of refined iron. So I did that, and it's fine. Got it going. Haven't used it yet. Because I want to do a couple of things. One is I'm going to build a geothermal generator for this until I can get, one of the things I realized, just to make a solar panel, I'm going to need to have these silicon plates. So it used to be just silicon, I think, and now it's silicon plates, and that requires a industrial blast furnace, which I don't think is that big of a deal, but where do we get silicon cells then? Yeah, still out of the centrifuge. So I didn't go straight for the centrifuge, and since it's going to take a while to get to the power source that I would like to have, I decided to go with this. So I'm smelting down some bauxite because we're going to use that in the electrolyzer here very soon. In fact, let's see. Yeah, you guys can probably hear the kids crying. I think somebody got hurt. All right, let's see. Mom is up there though, so I'm not being negligent with my children. Okay. So, pulverizer. Where's the, hold on just a second. All right. Sorry, I had to go check and make sure everybody was okay. All right. So we're going to need 8 of these total just to get to our diamond drill. So we're going to need, what did I say, 48 total of this. And I think I'm going to have that, but empty cells, which means we're going to need quite a few empty cells. That's all okay. So I'm working on that right now. So we're going to have, we're going to have just enough. So we're going to need more bauxite. Dealing with this right now. But the thing I was just thinking is that because we're still going to need the system, I was hoping to get away from it sooner rather than later. But for now, I think I'm going to keep it. It's pretty efficient. It's easy to run and deal with. And if I had one more steam engine, it would be really nice. And I'm thinking I want to do an aqueous accumulator so I don't have to keep filling it with water. So we're going to build this. And I figured you guys should be around for that. So we're going to need tin, glass, a bucket, a machine frame, and a pneumatic servo, which is the only thing I think I haven't built before. Very easy, right? So that should be doable. I think that will get this system really cranking if we can get that. So we'll put the accumulator there. We'll put these there. I don't know. Well, maybe, I don't know what we're going to do. I don't really know how it works. I would like to put it right there. I think it would feed both of them, maybe. And then I'll have switches for each independently up there, I guess. I don't know. But let's just go ahead and make it. So I feel like there's other stuff I wanted to tell you. My mine, so I've moved my mine. I'll show you. It's in there. Yeah, it's interesting. It's actually been working really well. I'm very happy with that miner. I don't even know how much I'm going to need to enhance it, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to get a bunch more miners going, at least not right away. Do I not have any iron? This is done. That's good. And this is almost done. I always forget. It's different. See, just an interesting tidbit. In the industrial craft stuff, it's working on the one that's in this slot. In the thermal expansion stuff, the one that's in this slot goes away and it's in the arrow, so I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what it is. All right, so, I did have enough. I just wasn't paying attention. How did this work? Something like that. Yeah, and then glass. All right, so then we need the pneumatic. That's easy. Easier. I think my voice just cracked. That's really interesting. Some glass and some iron. There we go. And then a bucket, which I'm not going to use the bucket that I have because it's very precious to me. Actually, you know what? I won't need as many buckets now. So I'm going to use that. So some glass, some tin. Okay, so this, some tin, some glass. I'm sorry, some tin. There we go. Aqueous accumulator. I don't even, does it require power? I mean, I have no idea what this thing is about. And I have to have, the lever turns this off, just in case you're interested. And let's just, no, it seems like it's just doing its thing. I think it just literally like makes water out of thin air, which is kind of insane. Do I have to have tubes or something? I don't know. Let's let that do its thing for a minute and make another one of these. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and make, since you've seen that, I'm going to make another one of these steam engines. I'll be right back. All right, guys. I built another one of these, and looking at the outputs and the inputs, so the output seems to be here. Let's see. Yeah, that seems to be the output of this thing, which is obvious, I guess. That would make sense. And the inputs of these are on the back of them. I'm guessing that this is going to work, but I'm going to leave this off for a minute and let it finish doing its thing, just to see if this ends up getting any water. I don't know if it will output to both of them. It did take a while before I saw any water in here, but I realized that that would probably be the best way to get both of them. So theoretically, this setup will give us some power. We'll see. This, we might as well get going. I do need to get the geothermal generator going for that. Well, let's go check on the mine real quick. I want to show you guys a couple of things, and then I'll come back and do that. So this is going to be our mine. By the way, I saw Etho do a thing that I am totally into, and I'm going to try. Okay, a couple of things here. This is probably not... I need to get a little bit more power. Let's see. This is probably not doing quite as much as it would because I went down. Well, it's still doing okay. I went down and actually just kind of cleaned up. I wanted to see what was left down here. So I went down and kind of cleaned up around. I just jetpacked down and went into the little crevices and got a good amount of ores from that. Some of it would have been caught by this one, or maybe, you know, as I expand out in the other directions. So if you have a good grid, you don't have to worry about missing them, but I just wanted to see what was down there, and I got a couple of diamonds and a bunch of other stuff, so things that were just outside of its reach. But you can see it's getting a lot of uranium, some tin, iron, copper, so it's I think it's going to do a pretty good job for us. And it seems to be doing all right. Still haven't hit anything. This is the second one. Well, this one didn't hit any liquids. It went all the way to bedrock, which was pretty cool. So yeah, so this thing it's doing its job. It's doing pretty well. Oh, it's even picking up crude oil. So most of the stuff is in the config. I've seen it pick up some Zycraft stuff. Yeah, so it seems to be doing pretty good. Let's, I wanted to fill this thing up, but I don't really have, well, let's fill it up just a little bit. I like to keep a little bit of power in here in case I need to use for wrenches or whatnot. And that's doing okay. All right. So yeah, so this is working well. I didn't even have to move these. This thing had like 200,000 EU stored, and so I just went ahead and did this, and I'll probably do the same thing again when I go that direction. Just kind of leave the setup in one place. That way I can just keep this lava generator going, or I mean geothermal generator going, and not worry about wasting material. So, and I think that's good. Anyway, what I saw Etho doing was he went caving, and he wanted to do like realistic caving. And what I thought was interesting about it, actually, two things. One, I thought the outcome was pretty cool. I don't know if you guys have seen that or if you watch Etho, but what he did was took some mine carts. He set some rules for himself, basically. He couldn't carry more than a stack of anything. He had to put the rest of it in the mine cart, and he could only take a certain amount of track with him, and he had to make the rest of it while he was down there. And so he had like a chest cart, and he had a furnace cart that would, you know, push things around and whatnot. So anyway, and then he had to like basically go with the flow of the terrain, and he had to build bridges across things, and he couldn't do anything except for mine the ores. I don't think he could I think he set rules where he had to find a cave, and that kind of went for a while because he couldn't break stone or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, what I thought was interesting about it more than, or as much as the outcome, which was really cool, was the process created the outcome, right? I mean, you set some rules, you do things in a certain way, and then you're going to kind of get something out of that. And I was thinking about building like that or some other things. And so I'm going to try some of it. It probably doesn't make sense, but I was thinking about, like, you know, you have to build with scaffolding and stuff like that, right? But we have jetpacks now. We can just fly around or whatever. But I was thinking about just different ways that you could set some rules for yourself to do certain little things and just kind of see what the outcome is and see how it influences what you actually produce. And I just think that's a really cool concept. So I'm going to try that coming up pretty soon. I might try the caving concept. I have some ideas for what I would like my support beams to look like. The other thing that I know I'm going to do in this world sometime is make a sky forge, and I might make it the ice forge. For those of you that, and I was thinking about making it up there, but I'm not sure. For those of you that have seen my Terraformacraft, I almost forgot the name of the mod already. Terraformacraft series, I make a sky forge every time I regen a world. It's like the first thing I build just because it's really cool. So it's kind of a reference to the Skyrim, of course, but then it's just a fun thing to build. It's not really as necessary, or it also doesn't have as cool of things in this game. I mean, there's no real need for a sky forge. It's a really like useful thing to have a forge set up in Terraformacraft, but not so much here. So I'm going to make one though, just for fun. Just little projects that I'll be able to do when I get bored. Oh, also, yeah, so I added the other sorting machine, and I just made this for all the Zycraft stuff. There probably is more that I haven't seen yet. So I made this brown. I also went ahead and set a default route of light blue, which goes to this chest. So now everything has a route that I can dump anything in there, and if it doesn't have any place else to go, it'll go in here. Which is okay for now. And then I wanted to show you this. So what I did was just made a little shelf. I'll probably do something else. What I might do is come out like another space and then have a, well, I don't know. But I like to have it like look like it's supported, and right now to me it really doesn't. So I might put like corner braces or something in there to kind of help it look a little bit better. At least kind of bracket looking things on the back. But the cooler part, well, not cooler, but you guys have already seen this. You know what the deal is, but I'm going to hide this back here. And this is just coming up from the basement, and it's coming up behind here. And what's interesting is that I told you guys you could put panels here. So these panels here are keeping the pipe from connecting to itself down there and from connecting to the other chest right there. So you can put panels along the way, and they will keep it from connecting. And then those panels also kind of complete the look inside and out. So if I put on the interior of this block here and here, these two sides, this will just look like a little, you know, I don't know, whatever. It'll be a little bit different looking, and so I can expand that out if I need to. And I could put just, you know, one row of them, or I could have the whole row. It just depends. Well, actually I have to go at least 2 high, so I'll probably just expand that whole thing out. But you can see I made this as a cover. I call them panels, but covers is what you want to use when you're trying to cover up pipes and stuff like that. So anyway, that's that, and that's given me a second row of storage. Right now, the way I'm doing this is a junk chest. This is a chest for stuff that I want to, like, valuable things that I want to know where it's at all times. And I don't know, I just always kind of do that. I have like a chest of things that I want to keep around, and then a junk chest, and then these will have signs on them. Maybe. All right, let's see how our water situation is doing. It doesn't seem to be doing anything, and this is collecting water. So I'm obviously missing something here. I might have to have a pump or something going on. Let me look into that, and I shall return in a minute. Hey guys, I'm back, and I have a couple of thoughts. So one, I made another geothermal generator so I could at least get this process going. I need to turn this into an MFE, but it's not right now, and that's okay. What I'm going to do is, let's see, I should be able to put empty cells and that, and then the process starts, and I don't know how long it takes, but we'll check on it later. That's disturbing. Who knows? Okay, so at least I can try to keep this thing. That was probably a mistake. I need to replace that with an MFE soon. But thoughts. Okay, yeah. So apparently this thing will work like a source block itself if it's got 2 source blocks next to it, just like that, right? So what I'm thinking is I'm going to use polished stone covers. Yeah, I'm going to use polished stone covers. And I'm going to do this. We'll see if this looks ghetto. It will look ghetto until I fix it, but that's, oops, but that's okay. Can I not place that there? I might need some scaffolding. Let me get some dirt real quick. I feel like I know I've been doing this a lot, and I apologize right off the bat, but I've been kind of talking quietly, I think, as I play, and I don't know where it came from. I just started doing it. What do I do with my dirt? I need to get these labeled. Seriously? There we go. So, yeah, I think I've been talking a little quietly, and I don't mean to. No. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. No. Right there. Actually, I don't even need that. That was silly. What I need is a piece. I don't even need that. I don't know what I'm doing. Because I think now... yeah, I do actually. I need one right there. Well, made a platform, might as well use it. Okay, so there. And then this will be interesting there and there. And since I only have my one bucket, I'll have to come back twice. So my thought is, and I don't know if this is crazy or not, might be kind of cool though, just for fun, I'll make, oops, I still haven't got the chestnut or the sequoia to grow. I haven't even looked into it. But I think there we have a source block, and I think it's a source block. It looks like a source block. Let me, whoa. Hold on just a sec. All right, let's see. Ah! And one. Apparently it will create water much, oh, there we go. Yeah, you can see it ticking up. So I think it is actually, yeah, there we go. So I think basically it needs to get to a certain extent or a certain level before it will actually dispense the water. So yeah, that's working fantastic. Okay, so there we go. So this, yep, these are filling up now. Hopefully they won't explode. I don't like that that's going to be dripping water. That is really ghetto. And it's dripping out of the bottom of this fake block. That's hilarious. Well, we can do one thing to kind of clean it up. We need some cover strips. And what we really need is polished stone. There's one, so we don't have that many. Let's see. Let's grab this and make a couple of those. I don't know how many we're going to need, but we need more than 3, that's for sure. 5. Watch it be 3, exactly. Actually, it was 3. No, more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need more. And then I'll show you the other thing we're going to need. Actually, probably need one more. Because we're going to need the cover strip thingy, teeny bopper things. I kind of like that look with the corner like that. It looks interesting to me, but just so I can show you guys, if I haven't already, we can take this and make it into stone cover corners. I don't know how many of those we need, but, and I might actually already have some of those. There we go, throwing my saw again. There's 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now here's some of this. So anyway, it's kind of nice. Gives me 2 source blocks there. I mean, it's silly looking, but what I could do is put some supports around it. Like I'm going to move that over there anyway because I'm going to turn this into a blue electric alloy furnace, which will be powered instead of what it is. And I think there's really nothing I can do about the dripping. That's just the way, this is my workshop. My water situation just isn't, it was kind of, just had to rig it. But that's going to work. That's going to keep me in water forever. I mean, that's like cheating is what that's like, but oh well. Yeah, that's going to put out a lot of power. So I'm going to get total of 4 millijoules or micro Minecraft joules or whatever. This can use 4 by itself, and this one can use 2 by itself. So if I got one more, which I could put up there and then run that one in, that would be pretty sweet. And then I would have plenty of power for these two. But we're not going to go too far with those anyway, so let's see. Now, I wonder what happened here. That's not good. It's sucking down the energy really quick. I hope that doesn't hurt the process. See how it's like bouncing up and down? Does this need... Oh, insufficient energy line. Oh, I totally am wasting power. Well, in that case... That means I need a transformer. Let me see about this, because I need to get an MFE here anyway. I think I can just come out of the MFE into that and then a transformer into these. Let me check that out. Got a new piece of information for you. You know how previously we could make 6 of these if we use silver when we're using to make fiber? We can get 8 of them if we use electrum. And electrum, you can make electrum ingots out of, let's see. Well, anyway, you can make it out of pulverized gold, any dust or pulverized gold and silver together. And I'm going to make 6 of them for now. And I think we just smelt those up like normal. Yep, and we get electrum blends, so that'll help us. I'm getting the MFE going, but I just wanted to show you that. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Whoops, voice cracking again. It still says insufficient energy line, so this is what I did. I piped everything out of the bat box into the MFE, came out of the MFE into the regular system. This should allow me to repower all of this stuff. I mean, out of the MFE into the LV transformer. That didn't blow anything up. So now these should be powered again with the regular low voltage. This is the medium voltage line, and it still says insufficient. It's funny because it was actually climbing really nicely. It goes out 128, but it just can't. And this thing is supposed to accept up to 128, so I'm not sure what. Maybe I have to have, let's see. It just can't keep up. Let's see. Because that's pulling all of it, and there's very little loss. Maybe I need to let it build up. Let's do this. It surprises me, though. Let me do this. Let me let this one build up a little bit. Have it run without this running, and see if that'll do it. I'll be right back. I guess I'm back. It only needs 100 seconds, so it needs just like, a minute and a half, but it just isn't doing it. So I let this get up to about 50, and it was going fine, and then it just sucked it down like that. So and also the stuff that I lost a few of the cells, and they're in the machine being run, right? So they got sucked in, and that's how the centrifuge worked as well. So I guess that's what's going on. But anyway, I'm going to let it really get it. It only needs to run for a minute and a half, but that's a long time. I don't know if this thing, even at full 600, will do the job. So I'm going to let it get up there, do some more research, and then I'll check back with you. Hopefully I can get this running and doing its thing, but I got to do that 4 times to get this titanium that I need for the drill. So anyway, I'll check back. Because I was thinking about it, I don't think it's the outputs that's the problem. I think it's the input, which would make sense. We're able to output 128, but we're only inputting, whatever this is outputting per tick. So I'm going to go ahead and do 2 of these just to see if this stabilizes and try, because we're at about 300,000 anyway. So there we go. Insufficient energy line. How can that possibly be? usually it at least, oh, because of this. It will at least start to rise now, I believe. Let's see. This thing needs to be outputting and it's not. It's still draining really quickly, but we might get the 100 seconds we need, but we might not. It doesn't look like we're going to, frankly. This is going to be another huge waste of energy. Those both need to be going. I would need to have at least, I guess I would have to have at least 3 of them. I mean, probably more. I probably need to put one out here because there's no way that's going to make it. It's going to run out. That's going to suck. It's trying really hard to keep up, though. Oh, man, come on, baby. This is going to be a pain, though. I got to figure this out. There's something's going on here. I probably need, well, I guess I just need a better input source, but I can't really get a better input source until I get solar panels, which I mean, it's a chicken and egg problem. I think it's going to make it, actually. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. It's intense. So this is running, doing its thing. These things really do crank when they're at full power, so this is nice. Oh, man, close. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. We got to be getting close. These need to make sure they keep outputting. I think we're good. Oh, yeah, it's doing actually. Oh, there we go. Must have just finished. And it did. Okay. So we can do it. It's just not pretty. We got to let this thing really charge up. And then we got to do our thing. So go ahead and put this in there. But yeah, this thing, it gains energy quickly with the 2 geothermal generators going, but it doesn't quite keep up. But we're on our way. Okay, so that's a good start. Let's see. That's probably a good place to end this episode. Let's go check on our, I stole some stuff, actually a lot of stuff, all this tin and copper that I got, I stole from the, go ahead and turn this off. I stole from the mine, but let's go see what else it's got because it was almost done, and then we'll end the episode up here. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this, and the whole thing I was talking about with the, it's done. I think either that or it hit something. No. Yeah, it should be basically done anyway. So we didn't get any diamonds this time. I probably went ahead and took the diamonds that it was going to get. But that's a pretty good haul. Again, I mean, I had probably 20 tin and 10 copper. So, with all the rest of the stuff, not bad. Diamonds, again, not the biggest thing we're looking for. We got some redstone. I would like to see some bauxite in here. But it is what it is. So anyway, to get this thing to retract, you just take out the pieces and it's going to start dumping those in here. So it'll just come all the way back up and we'll just let it do its thing, and I can move it. I'll probably move it that direction and try again. And yeah, and we're on our way. So pretty soon we'll upgrade this drill to the diamond drill once we get the titanium, and then that'll be very helpful. It will go 4 times as quickly, and we can really start to get some materials. And what I'm expecting to happen, depending on kind of how things go with that electrolyzer, if I can get to where I have, a general idea of what it's going to take to create our processing plant, I'm going to just work towards that offline as much as I can, and I'll show you guys the things that are interesting along the way, things that we haven't done before. I might start trying to build the building for the processing plant and get that kind of laid out and at least have a place that we can start putting machines. I'll probably do a little bit more planning than I did last time. So the last time was a very random shaped building because I was more concerned about the building. This time I'll probably think a little bit more about areas that I could work. I don't think I'm going to measure out the exact blocks that I need to, because I don't know what my system's going to look like. But anyway, that and then the getting some rails rail systems in place that would allow me to dump out of all of these different things. So like if I had a couple of miners going at any given time, having them dumping into chests and then chests into cargo managers and then cargo managers down into the processing plant is going to be important. Quarry as well. I think I'll probably get a quarry going, although, I mean, because I do want to have cobblestone and stuff. It's not like you just don't ever want cobblestone and a quarry is not useful. It's just that early on the miner is what you need if you're going for materials. So anyway, we'll do all that. I'll get plans together and we'll see how far we can get. So you should probably see something a little different the next time you guys, the next time you see this world, it will probably be a little further along, I hope. But if I come up with something interesting that I want to show you, the next video might be kind of broken up on things that are cool along the way. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. As usual, please leave comments and I will respond to each and every one. Follow me on Twitter, MinecraftOTB, and I will respond there as well. It's also a good way to kind of hear about things I'm doing. And yeah, leave me suggestions and all that. And once again, tell your friends. And keep watching, guys. Thanks a lot. I'll talk to you next time.